Hey guys, today's tutorial will be on how to make a cookie from polymer clay. So first you'll start off with some dough coloured clay and some cut up pre-baked dark brown clay that will be the chocolate chips. Because all the chocolate chips are a uniform circular shape, you're going to be cutting up in order to give it a rough shape. After this, flatten your dough into a circular shape. Also, if you want to turn your piece into a charm, now would be a good time to put in the head pin. Start texturing the clay by placing uneven bumps on it first. At this stage, you do not have to blend in nicely because it will be covered up over the next texturing steps. I'm now using a toothbrush in order to give it more texture. The best way I found in doing this step is to cut off the bristles of an old toothbrush, because this way the bristles are shorter and you're able to apply more force on it to give it more texture. I'm next using a tin foil in order to define more of the textures. And now I'll be adding more chocolate chips to the surface of the piece. This way I feel it gives you more control on how you want the piece to appear and how you want the chocolate chips to appear, because sometimes it will appear a bit too little and too much, and by taking out and adding more, you can make the piece look more realistic. This is an extra step that I personally like to do, which is taking the dotting tool and creating additional cracks in the cookie. In order to help the cracks blend in, I'm going to be using a needle tool to texture it. I feel this helps it look more realistic, as on a real cookie, there will be larger cracks that are formed during the baking. Finally, I'm going to use some tin foil and a toothbrush again to create more texture. The reason I'm putting so much texture is because later when I'm adding the shading, a lot of the texture will be lost due to the brush, so I'm putting more in order to lessen that. And now onto the shading. I've laid out some yellow as a base colour, and now I'm going with some brown around the edges. Take your time with the shading. Do not go too heavy-handed or it will look very unrealistic. You're going to be focusing most of the brown shading around the edges. Make sure to do some into the inner circle as well, with only the leftovers of the pastels on your brush. Finally, after baking the clay, I'm going to be using some brown acrylic paint to deepen the brown around the edges. Do not use too much on one go. Build it up slowly like how you did with the shading. Once again, do not forget to use the leftovers on your brushes around the center of the cookie. This is the final piece. Thank you for watching, and please leave a like and subscribe if you like what you see.